Good morning, Year 5. Today our focus is on vocabulary. But before we get on to that, I've got a little starter challenge for you. Have a look at the 3 words I've put on the screen. Can you work out which one you think is the odd one out? You may want to try and use it in a sentence. You may want to have a discussion with somebody with you. If you're really unsure, have a look in the dictionary. See if you can find out the definitions. I will give you one piece of information, which probably won't really help that much, but I will say they're all adjectives, so they're all used to describe. Pause the video and record which one you think is the odd one out. Now, let's see if we are correct. So, cantankerous. I've got an image to help explain what cantankerous means. It means grumpy. When someone's in a cantankerous mood, they're in a bad mood about something. Hopefully you can see that from the picture. Grouchy. Grouchy, here's my picture to explain grouchy, is also a word you could use to describe somebody in a bad mood. So by process of elimination, we should all know which one is the odd one out. That word is exultant. So exultant is used to describe someone in a good mood, someone who's happy, someone who's celebrating. And I thought, what better example of celebrating is there than this picture of Aston Villa celebrating beating Liverpool 7-2. So in the picture, I might say Jack Grealish was in an exultant mood as his team won comfortably. Hello, Year 5. So welcome to Thursday's Year 5 writing lesson. And as I just mentioned, our focus today is on vocabulary. So today, using our 3 paragraphs that we have completed so far, what we're going to do is see if we can look at some of the vocabulary we've picked so far and have a go at improving it. So we might select some words we've never even used before, which is what I would expect in Year 5. We should be trying to expand our vocabulary and taking risks, having a go at using new words. It might not fit perfectly first time we try it, but that's okay. I would rather see us trying new words than just using the same ones that we've used in younger year groups again and again. So today is all about that, developing the vocabulary. So let's have a look at the chilies and I'll go through some examples with you. So I have decided to use my second paragraph, which is the one about Tim's time on the International Space Station, as my focus for this lesson. Now, you might decide you want to do it on your first one, your third one. It's entirely up to you. I don't mind you just focusing on one today. Or if you've got some extra time or you really want to get to the end with this, you can do all 3 paragraphs. It's entirely up to you, Year 5. But I'm just going to go through my second one as an example. So, what I want us to do, chili-wise, is this. Chili 1, which I'll show you in a moment, is to visit the thesaurus.com website so that we can find some new vocabulary, find some synonyms. So remember, a synonym, it is a word that means the same thing as another word. So it's a way of expanding our vocabulary. Chili 2 then is, with that new vocabulary, is to develop some expanded noun phrases. And in Chili 3, I wanted to see if you can use a word that you have never used before. I want a brand new word, as far as you're concerned, in your writing and for you to be using it accurately. So let's have a look at Chili 1 then to begin with. So use thesaurus.com to select new vocabulary. So first thing I need to do is identify the sort of vocabulary I'm looking for before I go onto the website. So I'm going to do that with my highlighter on that paragraph. So as before, I'm going to read a little bit of it and see if I can identify where I might want to change or add my vocabulary. So that morning, my job was to research the long-term impact of space on the human body. So I'm going to just pick some words that I might look for. Maybe my job, research could be one. I wanted to know how it would alter my bone strength, aging, and my skin. My curiosity was getting the better of me at this point. Later on, unexpectedly and hilariously, Scott Kelly floated past in a gorilla suit. I might just put a dot there because I might think, I could put something to describe the gorilla suit. So that's the gorilla suit is the noun. If I want to expand it, chilly 2, add some adjectives to describe that gorilla suit. So I might look for something for that. I could not believe it. The rest of the day was what I had been looking forward to the most. The spacewalk. Again, the something spacewalk. I might add some adjectives in there. It lasted nearly 8 hours. When I stepped out, it felt like a calm and serene environment. I'm thinking stepped might be a word I could improve. However, as I started my tasks, I initially wanted to scream and pull my hair out. Yet by the end, I stuck at it and a wave of relief washed over me. Then I simply wanted to jump for joy. So I've got a few words in there that I might look for. So let's start with job. Let's see what that does, because it might not work, and then we just move on to a different word. That's part of the process. So I'm going to look for job first and see if I can find a different word to explain that. So that morning, my job. So the website looks like this, thesaurus.com. And you see it says synonyms. That's what we want. I'm going to type job into there, into the search bar at the top, and it will come up with a list of words like this. The ones in red are the ones that we're looking at. These are the closest synonyms. The ones in sort of this orangey, yellowy, mustardy colour are close, but we focus on the ones on the left. So that morning, my job. Let's see what other words I could. That morning, my task, possibly. My operation. My assignment. If we can't find one straight away, what's worth doing is you click on one of them and it will so I'm now clicking on the word task and it will take me to other ones. My duty, my responsibility. Oh, I like the sound of responsibility. Let's go back to the paragraph and see if that fits. That morning, my responsibility was to research the long term. Yes, I think that is an improvement. So let's see if I can just click on my text. It's going to let me, there we go. My responsibility was to research the long-term impact of space. That's better. Right, that's chilly 1. Can you have a go at improving some of the vocabulary that you've got so far? Okay, so for chilly 2, I mentioned I want to create expanded noun phrases with our new vocabulary. So I'm going to focus on the gorilla suit in particular. As you can see, I've highlighted it. So I put Scott Kelly floated past in a gorilla suit. Now I need to think of some words to start with to describe the gorilla suit. Maybe weird, maybe unusual, maybe large, black, furry, things like that. So I'm going to pick one of those words. So I'm going to go with large to begin with. So if I did it without the thesaurus.com, it's just going to be a little bit like this. Scott Kelly floated past in a large furry gorilla suit. So I'm going to look for the words large and furry. So I've created an expanded noun phrase, but the vocabulary is not great. So let's have a look for large and furry in the website. So we'll start with large, because gorillas are big animals. Let's see what we've got. Populous. I'm not sure that fits. If we're not sure, no, you can click on it and it'll give you the definition as well. Gigantic, immense, vast is a word we don't use very often. Hefty. Hefty sounds like a word I could be looking for. Now, like I said to you, it's like big and bulky. So I'm going to go with hefty. And then the other one I wanted was a synonym for furry. Is that possible? Fuzzy, woolly. No, none of those words jump out at me. So I'm going to have a little look at these ones on the right. Now, there's words there that I'm unfamiliar with. So I'm going to click on one. And it is an adjective for hairy. Now, you can also click on the little speaker if you want to hear how the word's pronounced.
Flocculent.
Okay, flocculent. So it's an adjective meaning hairy. So I'm going to go with that. So we had, if I go back, so we've got flocculent and hefty, trying to expand our vocabulary. So later on, unexpectedly and hilariously, Scott Kelly floated past in a hefty, flocculent, and I'm going to check my spelling on that one because, as I said, it's a word I've not used before. So I'm thinking of chili 3 there. Let's just go back to that word. C-U-L-E-N-T. C-U. There we go. Right, so that is what I'm looking for from chili 2. Scott Kelly floated past in a hefty, flocculent gorilla suit. I could not believe it. Expanding our vocabulary, year 5. Finally, for chili 3, as I said before, I wanted to use vocabulary that is brand new to us. Now, I've started to do that with chili 2 with the word flocculent regarding the gorilla suit. But what I want to see from chili 3 is that being a deliberate decision to find new words that we have never even heard of possibly before. So I'm still looking at the same paragraph, but this time I'm going to look a little bit further down and I'm just going to highlight some words that I might edit. Now, I know Tim described it as a calm and serene environment, but I'm going to use this opportunity to be a little bit creative myself. So I'm thinking I might change the word calm. Though I wouldn't be surprised if I find the word serene when I look up calm, because they do mean pretty much the same. So I'm thinking calm is a word anyway that I could work on, and maybe relief as well. So I'll start there and see how we get on. So as I said before, the next thing we're going to do is we will go on to the website. So let's have a look. Start with calm. Type that into the search bar at the top. Now, then we've just got to go with serene. So something and serene. We have got some options. I've got cool and serene. I don't think so. Tranquil is a word that jumps out at me. Now, I know this word myself, so and it's going to be a bit more of a challenge to find something completely new. And in fact, there is the word serene that I mentioned, so we can't put serene and serene. So if I'm going to click on tranquil, because that seems like the most appropriate one, and it's an adjective meaning quiet and peaceful, so it fits. But currently, it's, as I said, it's a word that I already know. You might not, so you might want to use it. But all the words for me in red, I recognise. So I'm going to have a little look like I did before at some of the words on the right-hand side. And there's a word that jumps out of me that seems a bit unusual. So I'm just going to click on that one and see if that works for me. It means heavenly. Heavenly and serene. Let's see how that's pronounced.
Paradisiacal.
Paradisiacal. Paradisiacal and serene. Heavenly and serene. If I'm honest, heavenly and serene probably sounds better. However, the point of this exercise is to have a go at trying to expand our vocabulary. So I'm gonna put it in paradisiacal, and that's going to go in place of calm. Paradisiacal. I already think I need to check my spelling on that one. So go back to the website. D-I-S-I-A. It's the A that I missed out. D-I-S-I-A-C-A-L. Right. So now it says like a paradisiacal and serene environment. Okay, we are using new vocabulary here, year 5. Yeah, by the end I stuck at it and a wave of relief. Well, the highlighting's moved, but relief was the word, wasn't it? So let's have a look for relief. Let's see what we can find. A wave of alleviation. That doesn't sound right to me. A wave of reprieve, a wave of respite. Again, these are all words that I am familiar with. You might not be, so I'm going to have a look at some of the ones on the right. A wave of contentment. Now, I know the word contentment, but if I click on that, it might lead me to other words that I'm not so familiar with. Words such as equanimity. Is that a word that we want? It's a noun for level-headedness. No, that's not going to fit. Serenity. calm and peacefulness. Now, I know the word serenity. However, I do think it's going to do the job nicely. A wave of serenity. Right, let's have a look at that bit now then. So, when I stepped out, it felt like a paradisiacal and serene environment. However, as I started my tasks, I initially wanted to scream and pull my hair out. Yet by the end, I stuck at it and a wave of serenity washed over me. Then I simply wanted to jump for joy. I think that works, Year 5. So, over to you with the chilies. And if you could send in your improved vocabulary choices to the Year 5 email address, that would be fantastic.